I can. I don't think I think Tank will sign that contract.
Damn.
And I'm going to sign a contract too. So it's
Then you gonna get it on.
Yeah.
They throw shots, but they say so. Like, he throw shots and then want to be buddy. You know what I mean? And I feel as though that's don't be like that. If you like that, then stand on that.
Gervonta Tank Davis, the WBA lightweight champion, proved once again why he's one of the best in boxing with a spectacular 7th-round knockout of Frank Martin at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas on June 16th. This victory marked his 5th successful title defense since he first won the vacant belt by defeating Yuri Ortiz Gamboa in December 2019. With an undefeated record of 30-0, including 28 knockouts, Davis has firmly cemented his reputation as a knockout specialist and a dominant force in the lightweight division.
And the whole Loma thing wasn't his fault. Loma's the one that backed out of it and said he was going to take some time away. So that's not necessarily on Tank. Regardless if we're talking resumes or not, I think the one thing that Tank has over Shakur is he's actually entertaining to watch. He is a pay-per-view fighter. He does sell pay-per-view fights. Like, people want to see Tank fight. He's exciting. I don't think Shakur Stevenson has that under his belt at all.
Gervonta Tank Davis has continued to dismiss Shakur Stevenson as a serious threat, downplaying his style and questioning how Stevenson would handle real power in the ring. When talk of a potential fight came up, Davis confidently said, "All that boxing, what's he going to do once he gets hit?" Davis's confidence comes from his reputation as one of boxing's most dangerous punchers, raising doubts about whether Stevenson's defensive skills can withstand his power. This sets the stage for a dramatic stylistic clash, Tank relying on raw power to break through Shakur's technical finesse.
And he'll be 31 time of his retirement. Like, I'm not buying that. I do think there's some truth to what he's saying in terms of, like, I buy that he wants to just step away. There's a lot of fights we're potentially missing out on. And today, this is noteworthy, but he dismissed Shakur Stevenson as somebody who's accomplished nothing in boxing. Their resumes they're not like terribly far apart in terms of quality of opposition, things of that nature. Like, Tank's been in our lives a lot longer, but Shakur Stevenson rose to prominence very quickly. And I think, like, that's a miss.
Is filled with talented fighters, and Davis has several strong competitors in his sights. One of the biggest names is Shakur Stevenson, the current WBC lightweight champion and a 2016 Olympic silver medalist. A fight between Davis and Stevenson would be a thrilling unification bout, pitting Davis's knockout power against Stevenson's exceptional defense. The buzz around this potential matchup has only grown, fueled by heated exchanges between the two fighters, making it a highly anticipated showdown for fans.
Me and Tank, it's the biggest fight in the world.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be the biggest boxing fight in the world when it happens. I could see it happening not too far in the future.
Really?
I think Tank will sign that contract.
Damn.
And I'm going to sign a contract too. So it's
Then you gonna get it on.
Yeah.
In addition to Shakur Stevenson, Gervonta Davis has other exciting opponents to consider, like Teofimo Lopez, the WBO junior welterweight champion, and William Zepeda, an undefeated rising star from Mexico. Each of these fighters presents their own set of challenges, but Stevenson stands out as the most significant. Not only would a fight with him add to Davis's legacy, but it would also spark huge excitement among fans. Stevenson, an undefeated fighter and 2016 Olympic silver medalist, is considered one of the most technically skilled boxers today. He has steadily worked his way up the ranks, relying on his sharp defense and smart ring strategy to outmaneuver opponents. His style is the opposite of Davis's, making a potential fight between them an intriguing tactical showdown. Stevenson has made it clear he wants to face Davis, publicly challenging him and expressing confidence that he has what it takes to win.
You and Shakur had some back and forth going. I'm talking about some serious back. This is the first time I ever seen Tank. Listen, this might have been the first time I seen my Tank from Baltimore come out. Nigga said, "What up, Buzz Ball, niggas?" I was like,
Cause it's like, I wasn't really on no, like, speaking on other people's name type stuff. You know what I mean? And a lot of people,
A unification fight between Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson would grab huge attention and could take both fighters' careers to the next level. For Davis, a win over Stevenson would silence critics who say he hasn't faced top-level competition consistently. For Stevenson, beating Davis would make him the undisputed lightweight champion, solidifying his place at the top. However, an unexpected twist has emerged. Davis recently hinted at retiring after 3 more fights in 2025. This has sparked speculation about his reasons. Some see it as a negotiation tactic, while others think he's genuinely ready to leave the sport on his own terms. Davis's comments suggested frustration, possibly with the pressure of maintaining his elite status in boxing. His undefeated record and knockout-heavy career have made him a star, but the constant demand for top-tier performance is no easy task. If he retires without facing Stevenson, or other big names like Teofimo Lopez, fans may wonder what might have been. The road to making the Davis-Stevenson fight is not without complications. Reports indicate that Davis may have set a tough condition for the fight, a rehydration clause to limit how much weight Stevenson can gain after the weigh-in. While such clauses are common in boxing, they can be controversial, as they may impact a fighter's performance or even their health. Alternatively, Davis could demand a larger share of the purse, citing his status as a pay-per-view star. These negotiations could cause delays or even prevent the fight from happening, which would be a major disappointment for fans. Adding to the tension, Stevenson has reportedly rejected a one-fight deal, asking for a multi-fight agreement instead. While this could offer him financial stability, it complicates the negotiations, especially with a star like Davis, who has more leverage. Davis has responded by downplaying Stevenson's demands, stating that Stevenson is not yet worth it and needs more experience before fighting someone of his caliber. This could be a tactic to gain the upper hand in talks, but it risks frustrating fans who are eager to see the fight. Stevenson, on the other hand, may see a multi-fight deal as essential for his long-term career, including other high-profile bouts. However, this could backfire if it delays or prevents the fight with Davis, a matchup that would define his career. Davis also recently expressed frustration with Stevenson's behavior, particularly on social media. Davis feels that Stevenson acts tough online but behaves differently in person. He recalled an instance when Stevenson visited Davis's locker room for a photo, despite posting bold comments about him on Twitter. Davis's comments highlight his frustration with what he sees as a lack of authenticity in Stevenson's public persona. Davis also doubts Stevenson's commitment to a potential fight, claiming Stevenson won't follow through despite his public challenges. For Davis, this isn't just about the fight, it's about integrity and standing by one's words.
Can we see you and Shakur before you go?
For what? Like, who have Shakur? What have Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing. The young one is looking more better than him. Keyshawn looking way more better than this nigga. I keep screaming this nigga name. He haven't done nothing. Keyshawn haven't even done nothing.
So what do you say to those who might be afraid?
His name for?
So what do you say to those who might?
The back and forth between Gervonta Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson has added fuel to an already intense boxing scene. Recently, Davis took aim at Stevenson, saying, "What has Shakur done? He's done nothing in sports." These remarks highlight the growing tension between two of boxing's brightest stars, both making their mark in the lightweight division. Stevenson responded with confidence, defending his skills and achievements, while expressing interest in facing Davis in the future. Known for his slick defense and sharp tactics, Stevenson seems unfazed by the criticism. On the other hand, Davis's comments reflect his belief in his own dominance, backed by his knockout power and strong fan base. This verbal clash is more than just egos, it's a testament to the competitive nature of the sport. Both fighters have loyal followings, and a potential matchup would be a major event for boxing. Stevenson recently moved up to lightweight, where Davis is firmly established as one of the top fighters, making their showdown more likely. The trash talk only adds to the excitement, building anticipation for a fight that could define their careers. Boxing thrives on rivalries, and this one has all the elements: talent, trash talk, and high stakes. For now, fans are left wondering if these heated words will lead to action in the ring. If the fight does happen, it would not only settle their rivalry but also give both fighters a chance to prove their greatness. Until then, the war of words will likely continue, keeping all eyes on Davis and Stevenson.
Some of your 135 contemporaries have a lot to say these days. Shakur Stevenson, well, of course he's now 135 after all that stuff, and then Devin Haney.
Right, so why people even talk like he the best at, he didn't even fight at 135 yet.
Right.
He didn't even have power at 126, 30 or none of that.
He is good.
Okay. How can you, all that's just okay. How can you stop people that can actually hit? No matter all that boxing, you gonna get hit. What you gonna do when you get hit?
Gervonta Tank Davis has continued to dismiss Shakur Stevenson as a serious threat, downplaying his style and questioning how Stevenson would handle real power in the ring. When talk of a potential fight came up, Davis confidently said, "All that boxing, what's he going to do once he gets hit?" Davis's confidence comes from his reputation as one of boxing's most dangerous punchers, raising doubts about whether Stevenson's defensive skills can withstand his power. This sets the stage for a dramatic stylistic clash, Tank relying on raw power to break through Shakur's technical finesse. As the rivalry grows, fans are buzzing with excitement, eager to see how this fight might unfold.
Who have Shakur? What have Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing. The young one is looking more better than him.
Who that?
The Keyshawn looking way more better than this. I keep screaming his name. He haven't done nothing. Keyshawn haven't even done nothing.
So what do you say to those who
I
might
keep
be
saying his
afraid?
name for.
So what do you say to those who might be saying that, Tank is afraid of Shakur?
Afraid of what? Afraid of what? Us fighters, if we're afraid of something, it gotta be somebody hitting us and hurting us. Like, he don't have no offense. Everything is defense. Defense only win in basketball and football. That shit winning by.
As the rivalry grows, fans are buzzing with excitement, eager to see how this fight might unfold. Get Hit, when asked by a reporter about rumors that he is afraid of facing Shakur Stevenson, Gervonta Tank Davis dismissed the notion with his trademark confidence, and sharp-wit Tank replied, afraid of what? He only has a defense. This response encapsulates Davis's belief that Stevenson's style, while technically sound, lacks the versatility or offensive threat needed to truly challenge him. By reducing Stevenson's skill set to just defense, Tank conveyed his disdain for overly technical boxing styles that emphasize avoiding punches rather than delivering decisive blows. Davis's approach to the sport is rooted in power and dominance, making it easy for him to dismiss a fighter who he perceives as lacking the tools to hurt him in the ring. For Davis, fear simply doesn't factor into his mindset. His response was not just a rejection of the reporter's question, but also a subtle jab at Stevenson's capabilities. This attitude is part of what has made Tank a polarizing figure in the sport. His confidence often borders on cockiness, fueling both admiration and criticism from fans and fellow fighters alike. Tank's statement not only silenced the claims but also set the tone for the ongoing verbal sparring between him and Stevenson.
I've been told, y'all, Gervonta Tank Davis isn't a prize fighter. I know a lot of you guys say, well, he doesn't fight for belts, he doesn't fight for legacy, he fights for money. He's a prize fighter, Jerry. And I'm going to assume a prize fighter is a guy who is solely making fights based off of cash reward. He'd rather fight a bum for $50 million than fight a guy who's experienced for $10 million. That is what a prize fighter would be. Actual definition, a professional boxer who competes in matches for money prizes. So let's take a look at it. Turki Al-Ashik has declared he wants to make Tank versus Shakur. He says, my plan for Shakur is this fight. He's referring to Floyd Schofield, then Williams Zepeda, and then let's see if Tank wants to be in our show. Tank's not going to fight Shakur. He's not going to fight him in Saudi Arabia. Tank isn't a prize fighter, because if he was, his career resume would look a whole lot different. Then we must ask, what is Tank's goal in boxing? I'll tell you right now, it's easy money. Tank is the type of guy, he'd rather fight, let's say, 4 Lamont Roaches for $20 million than fight 1 Shakur Stevenson for $80 million, which is fine. But I'm tired of people saying, oh, he's a prize fighter, that's why he's not taking these fights. He's not a prize fighter. The biggest money fights is Haney, Ryan, Tio, Shakur, and Loma. He's not even going to take half of those fights. So please, guys, all my Tank fans, all my guys who claim Tank is a prize fighter, that's why he's not fighting for the belts, please stop it. The guy's not a legacy fighter. He's not a prize fighter. He's just a guy who enjoys easy paydays. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. Just stop misleading people with your comments.